Now, I did this in my other video. Salmon swimming upriver. Suez canals, and rivers and gateways to get into cities. I believe where there is a canal, it means that they've joined different planets or different moons together many moons ago. So they take the moon or the planet and they bring the moon all the way into here. And then they suck everything out of every single moon. Then they blow up the planets or they throw them away. We go back home and we bring in 4 more moons. So they bring in 4 more moons on each corner. Imagine this. Mickey Mouse, okay? Mickey Mouse, his ears are moons. But when they bring him inside to the other planet, into let's say Jupiter or whatever, when they bring it in, when they bring the moon in, it goes like this, in. So you only see 3/4 of the moon. So you see the sliver. When you see the quarter of our moon, it's because it's plugged into Jupiter or it's plugged into Saturn. And they plug more moons up. And we go into the moon and we take everything out of the moon. Then we take that moon, we send it away. Somehow moons and Earths, what it seems like is they fill it up with all kinds of stuff. And then you say, okay, this is what you need to live life. Okay, it's over. Moon's no more good. Earth is dead. We'll go get another moon. And we'll get another moon and we'll put all the moons together. What does it mean, the salmon swimming upstream? What is upstream? Does it mean through, is it Colorado River going backwards? Is it the waterways? The waterways near all the highways, are they going upstream? Instead of taking their water and putting it wherever it's supposed to go, it's going upstream. Can upstream also say there's some kind of virus and it's creeping and it's crawling all over your body? So viruses go upstream. Viruses go all over. It doesn't matter if it's up or down. Imagine the virus starts in your foot and it goes to your head. That's going upstream. So what does it mean for a salmon to go upstream and then they die and recreate little salmons in you? What does it have to do with anything? Your entire... Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Here he is. It's called the body. The entire body is a mechanical brain of some sort. This whole body is like a telephone system. Everything is telephone. You hurt your foot? How come your head knows? Your foot didn't say anything. You felt it. But if I would have taken away that sensation from your head, you wouldn't know that your foot wasn't okay. Don't put your foot in your mouth. Gaia, 7191. 1919, Gaia, 2 moons to the 7th gate. Gaia rules over the 2 moons to the 7th gate. One of the 2 moons can be Jupiter, because all communication centers can be called moons. Doesn't matter if Jupiter has 63 moons, you can say we're calling Jupiter, but you can't say you're calling Jupiter. You have to be calling one of Jupiter's moons. Because if I'm going to call somebody on Earth, but you're calling somebody on Earth, where on Earth? So we need a coordinate. So Gaia is, in numbers, is the first thing that ever happened on the piano is 1-7-1. 1-7 is the first thing that happened on the piano. Before beta got involved, they connect 1 and 7. Now we have to think, what is it? It could be, okay, the A letter, okay. When you turn the A letter upside down and put a gate on it, it's be spreading into 2 worlds. It's got a point on top, you'll spin it on the top, and it'll spin inside the 2 worlds. Just like the Copper Mountain song, where they have the mountain going up around the U, Copper Mountain. Why is it Copper Mountain? What happens to that yellow salt? What does it turn into something in your brain and then you pee it out yellow? Does the copper come out of it? What is the copper? Does the copper go into your blood system? Then it goes all the way around and you reuse it again and then it gets flushed out when you go to the bathroom. It looks like sheet. So that copper system, the Copper Mountain, where is Copper Mountain? Don't forget, the 2 cheeks, your ass, your 2 cheeks, that could be part of beta. That's not with the system. Your body, this body is a heart, and then it's got hips. So you got brains in your hips, because the ass, your ass, the 2 sides of your ass, those are part of your soul hips. Your soul hips, and it goes along, when you're talking about, excuse me, big dicks and big hips, you're talking about soul hips. Because beta, okay, is that sex position. You get a heart, and the way to get a heart, okay, how do you get a heart? It comes in from number 3, okay. Now the question is, if it's holes, you have to put a hook in this side and a hook in this side, and then number 3 runs the wiring. It must be the wiring system. So it's the hanger. It becomes the hanger and releases 1 down the center. I don't know how it works. 1 line down the center, and then 2 on each side, creating the heart of the body. The hanger center. Jet planes. My mind. The way we were made is exactly the way this entire world is transported. But let's never forget that bell, just the B letter. The E in the word bell does not have to be said because it's in the B letter. So when you say B, okay, you say B, you're saying B and E, which is 5 and 2, or 2 and 5, which is saying Jack, Earth, Heart, and 6. 6 becomes 6, 2, 5, and what's missing between 6, 2, 5? It's 3 and 4. The well up here that spins around. Unless, like I've seen in the paper, that there were these pools, 4 pools, where I'm not sure if they go individually, they tear apart this world through individuals, or they bring the 4 pools together into one. And I don't know how they systematically manipulate the entire world, whether it's in you or out of you. This would have to be done over a period of time. I'm thinking that I was telling you the way the moons came together, the way Earth can be old, but Earth can be replaced. They just have to move people from one world to the next world, take out one world and throw in the next world. Because it's only moons, it's speeders, it's the middle planet goes all the way up to here. Then they stick these planets out. I mean, how do you know you're not like this? How do you know Earth is not right? Hold on a second. Earth is right here. Looks out. Earth sees, oh, look, there's Mercury. Earth looks out, oh, there's Venus. There is no Mercury, there is no Venus. Even if they see it, it's part of the system of Jupiter. Jupiter's system shows Mercury and Venus in it. That's what you see. And how they go around and what they do, I'm not quite sure. But, I mean, you have 6 planets here. We don't have to, do you want to count Saturn? What about the entire thing altogether? You may have 6 here, 2, 4, 6, but this whole thing together makes 7. It's a planet in itself. This is the giant planet. This, the whole thing here, you have 2 of these. Here, look, you want to see? Here's all the planets. Let me present to you, this is Saturn. Let me present this to you. This is Jupiter. These are all the planets. They just like you see on TV right now, spinning around, holding Earth like this and slowly turning it around the sun. Holding on to it, spinning it around the sun. We don't get to see the night sky. Our body has brains all over it. We have receptors all over it. And I mentioned to you Bell. Well, take away the L, which means her. She passes under the ground. Bell is under the ground everywhere. She runs, I swear to you, she runs. We somehow, now A or B, we must be living in the Saturn system, okay, the Saturn stars. One of us is the Saturn moons right now. When we get out of this system, when we die, when we're gone, we end up going back to the Jupiter, somewhere in Jupiter. But Jupiter would probably just send us out to another world, because Jupiter, Beta, Bethlehem, is all about the electronic world. I mean, I think if you want to live in Jupiter, you have to be, I don't know what you would have to do to live in Jupiter, because you'd have to be, you can't tell a lie. But then it doesn't matter. If you tell a lie, the system will knock you down and put you back into a new position again, like starting a life over like a computer. So our bodies are whole. We are the spheres. We are the spheres. And we're different parts. We're like that whole complete being. We've got a head, we've got a body and shoulders. You remember from the Jetsons, Rosie from the Jetsons? That's basically what we're like. We actually have one leg, because we're only using one leg at a time anyways. The other one is always going forward. Or we're standing on 2 feet. Standing on 2 feet all our life, but we're buried 6 feet down. 2 and 6, we're buried like a dog. Did you know that if you took the 9 legs of a cat and divided it by 6666, I mean, you took not 6666 and divided by 9 legs of a cat, you get number 74, the Einstein theory, the logical theory of JD, ABCD. ABCD equals 10. Let's do this. The end of this year, if you want to find a date, here's one way to look at it. It all started with ABC, which was the Earth prism, and then we got the sandbox when the child was born. When the child was born, the Earth prism goes into the sandbox, and he starts to play all his life. So 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. The 10th month is October. 1, 2, 3, 4, just the highest letter that we use, because the first one we added to 10. Okay, now the highest number that we use was D. That's 4, would be 10, 4 CB codes. If we had to add 1, 2, 3, 4 together, times it, 4 by 3 is 12, times 2 is a 24 hours man had in a day of 10 days. In a period of 10 days, 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days, which is a combination that I put together to figure out something about time and life. And it also figures to JD, which is 10-4 CB codes. And in the CB codes, there are 200 CB codes, and there's about 50 of them that are not used. I have to go, I don't know, not 50, but I have to go see which ones they are, which codes, which CB codes, which CB codes, which CB codes have not been used. Very important. And I'll tell you one thing, my friends. I'll tell you one thing. Just be good. Stand up for yourself. Do what you got to do. But you know what? Do things with heart. Make it mean something, because there's more energy when it means something. And when somebody puts you down, you learn how to make that mean something to you when other people are mean. Documentation, classification, putting everything in order. Finding and understanding within your own self what you should be doing next, and not too nervous if you didn't do what you had to do. Like I was supposed to paint at 4 o'clock. But I got busy with the more important stuff. So now I feel bad that I haven't painted the things, and there's something on the floor I don't like. I made a little mistake. Not a big one. A mistake for myself. I don't like it. And if I sleep tonight with it like that, I'll know in the back of my mind it was something I didn't do. So try and do things properly so you don't have to spend too much time or spend more time than you have to. Which means drive slow. Why drive quick? You know what you want to do? You want to be paying attention, listening to your music, your friends in the back, try not to get on your phone, and watch all the stupid people driving fast on the roads, going through stop signs, not stopping, and look at them going, oh my God, they're fucking nuts. I used to be like that, but now I have more time driving slow than anything else. Oh yeah, I love driving fast, man. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The thing is that I'm only nervous. You know what I'm nervous about? I'm like saying to myself, like, okay, what's the next world going to be like? I know we're in a next world. Well, should I be nervous? It couldn't be any worse than this. First of all, I know I'm alive. I must have the same memory as before if I choose that world. But in the in-between world, in the intra world, the most interesting world, the world I am in right now, hi, I'm alive. And I may die one day, but only in the intra-world will I understand what permanent death means in the matrix world. Life is insanity. Over and over you do, and you do, but you never really get anywhere because you die and you're alive and you're putting together and taking apart. You're thinking and you're thinking. But we will say one thing. Bel is under the ground. Bel is the big pig. I don't know why I'm saying this. Oh my God, now I know why. Oh my God, and it really works out. Not a few months ago, Bell bought over the channel CHOM, Shom FM. Now Bell becomes radioactive. Bell becomes radioactive because Bell is a telephone company, and now they own a radio company. They become radioactive. Bell is B11, and that's Venus. And she is electric. She is I wonder if she's good. Is she radioactive? Do we really need the radioactive for our minds to work? Because when you come to radioactive, underneath these mountains, okay, or beneath the ground, there's some kind of radioactivity going on for sure. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know how much. I might be using the wrong term, and I should be talking about iron ore, or things that are going on in mines, and the reason for mines collapsing that nobody ever tells you. The energy in this world is huge. I want to show you something. You want to know? This is the moon. This is what the moon does. 4 and 5 is in between over here. You see 3 and 6? The only one missing is 4 and 0.5. 4, 5, and 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. Excuse me. Something's wrong. Yeah, something surely is wrong. Three, missing is 4. Missing is 6, 4 and 6, Zion and Israel. 4, 0.5 and 0.5. 4, 5, 6. So all you can say is 0.5, 0.5, 5, 5, 5. That's all you have over here. This is the Mayan trail, right over here. 3 is L. 6 is O. 4 is V. 5 is E. 7 is G. Now, which way do you want to do it again? How can we do this? 7 is G. O is 6. V is 4. Or L is 3, and D is 4. I just spelled you gold. G, O, L, D. Gold, and this 5 says Goldilocks. 3, 4, 6, 7 is Goldilocks. Goldilocks and the wolf. So now we have to understand that. Besides understanding what the salmon went upstream. Now, what is the salmon in this world? And I looked across the borders, and it looked like it just for some reason, because I can make things happen in my head, and it looked like the water from all these places, from the lower U.S. to the northern U.S., it looked like the water was going up instead of going down. At the same time, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, water going up, water going down. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about gold. The salmon going up the river. So what are the salmon doing? They're going up the river. Where up the river? Okay, why are they going up the river? And when they lay their eggs, okay, up the river, they die, and comes down the river, comes the little babies. Now, what's that compared to what's going on in this world? What in this world must go up somewhere or down somewhere and never come home? Is it the jet fuel that's in a plane? You put the jet fuel in a plane, the plane flies here and there, and when you come home, there's no more jet fuel. So jet fuel maybe represents oil. So the gold of everything might be the oil. Because it's so expensive maybe, and the gold is so expensive that people can't afford it, or they have no money. And they run out of money because of the gold. So gold is the same size as the moon. These keys around the 5, okay, are feeders. You don't see them. This is the cross of Jesus, right? Here's another one. Here's another one. It's the empty space here. Okay, it's these empty spaces here that say 3, 4, 6, 7. That is the size of the moon. In the center is E. That's electronic. The letter B and sounds like the letter E, so B is in the E family. So if it's B in the E family, that means B is center. And because it's B, it's the second level. Level 1, no, it's not A, it's B, so it's in the second level. B and E go in the second level. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 equal 27 red. 34 connected together red. 6 and 5 is a reflection of the creation, is a reflection of 1 and 2. which is 1 and 2, which is missing, but the other 2 has to be there. Why? Because 1 presents itself in 3. This is gold. This is the moon, my friends. This is the moon. You see what sigma does here? EM squared or EM3 or whatever it is. E and M says me. It's also the sun in pool. 1 and 3 is 4. 5 and 4, 4 and 5. The orange fox. The yellow and red sun. The yellow salt and the red blood. The red sun and the orange sun. There's no red in here. This is Earth. Earth's orange sun. Earth and Mars. Earth and Mercury. Sigma. The connection of 1, 2, and 4 is 7. And 8 is 15. And 7 is 22. And 5 is 27. This creates 27. This acts as an I, is the same way as an X. It's the R letter. It's the 18th letter in Greek. It's sigma. Sigma is 1928. Right away, sigma stands for the connection of the moon. 19. Why 19? Because in French, there's 3 parts to this over here. 2 down and 1 up. Each one gets 19, and the other one gets 19. Which 19 is this? I don't know. They get 19, they get 19, they get 19. 57 connects to the moon. And then again, I could be wrong. Put 2 of these together, it shows up an hourglass. So this is the moon, the electronic moon. At the same time, this is also recreated at position number 14 in roulette. Before I go to that, I'm going to finish with the gold. So the gold, okay, you can use all these other letters to go with it. But this one is very special because no one says rolled. Is rolled a word? Old is a word. Okay. 3 is the L. 4 is the D. Earth and Mars, the sandbox, the circle of life. The gateway to the circle of life of the sandbox is where the gold is. Where the mind thinks, where the pineal gland, or is it the gland in denial? Is that gland in denial? Is the pineal gland a lie? Where is our thinking in us? Where is our thinking? What don't we need? Is the pineal gland a lie? Are you in denial, pineal gland? 2 pineal glands. 3 pineal glands. The one spirit is 6. The one light that comes into 6 areas. So there must be 6 parts, in which if 3 were only a reflection, there would only be 3. 1 this way, 1 this way, 1 this way. Right here. This here. This here. You want to know where your thinking is? This is your brain right here. Definitely right here. I'd say it's right here. If you want to know where your brain is, it's right here. Like if I was looking for my brain, where would I look but at the tip of my nose? Because your brain knows. Pinocchio said, when you lie, and your nose grows. Right? So you can actually see more of the truth. Where else is that? So we did the whole thing, and which is the best one? Went with hold. Hold is the H. It's the other part of your moon, the 7th gate, and the part of your moon. Gold and hold. Well, that's absolutely, you wouldn't want it with gold, because the mold with gold, you get the one more spirit that goes 1, 3, 1, and you connect onto the electronic world, and it gets moldy out there. Why does it get moldy? Because it's a 4, 5, 6 federation, somebody putting something on top of you. Something you were told. Now you have all 4 worlds, 5, 5, 5, and 5, when the X factor comes in. 5 times 4, the sun. You've seen it all. You were told. You were sold out on it. You missed it by 1 from receiving to the 2nd level of truth. The only thing you were sold is you were brought into this world and you had your head. You were sold. Do you understand? Spanish train, sold. You were sold down to this world to be able to, because I don't know why, but it's sold means you were sent down to this world. Sent down to this world. One spirit from the moon. Comes from the moon, something from the moon again. Fold. Ford. O and R means gold in French. There's a bunch of stuff. Did I show you before the? Yeah, I did with the. How about the pearl? How about me? M-E. This says ACE. This is 5 and 13 ball. 5 and 13 say ACE. 5 and 4 say Sun and Fox. It also says it, the electricity. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I was looking for this. 14 is over here. 5 is over here. The one spirit light of 4. Because now we're chopped up. Instead of it being the number I showed you, when you become your own number, you're 2. Okay? When you become 1-4, because you're living, you automatically get that 2. I don't know how to explain it. You're B, you're living, you're a life. So this is 1-4. Beside it is 1-3, creates 4. Over here makes 1-5, creates 6. Israel, Zion, 6, take up the sides of you. Over here, it becomes number 10. So this is Jack, this says J-E, this says J, Jad. Jad means green life. I'm not quite sure, but 10 hours and 24 hours, 14 of the cross, 10 of man. These two connect together, 10 and 14. Then there's 12. Which becomes 3 and 5, both the electronic world, Earth, the electronic world, the electronics of Earth. They call Earth the blue world. It's the electronics of Earth, and it connects with, obviously, the electronics of the Neptune, but it connects with this one over here is Jupiter. Jupiter's over here, Jupiter's over here, Jupiter is over here, number 23, different parts of Jupiter. From the side to the middle to the other side. 3 sides. Thyroid gland. I have to change my salts. I'm looking. Did we talk about the horse? I'm just going to do this real quick. First of all, 28 days in 13 months. 4 months, there's 30 days, 2 days not there. 7 months, there's 3 days for 31, they're not there. This becomes the cube, 7 by 3 is 21. This one over here, 4 by 2 makes it 8. April, February, August. Somehow, I don't know what it means about August, okay, but it's 5, 6, and 7. The 7th gate of man, 6. 7, 6 is 13. The 8, which be the second side, because they split the 7th gate and they made 2 heavens in man's head. They made 2 hemispheres in man's head. Maybe that's why man's head is like this. If man's head had 1 hemisphere brain, his brain would stick out the back up here, and then he'd look like the aliens. But now we made 2 hemispheres, we put the head lower, and we made it more like an athletic man. We did this. What does the horse say? He says the hour. He says the hour at time. He says nay. He says neige. It's a 1-horse open sleigh. Man is a 1-horse open sleigh. What does that mean? 1-horse open sleigh. 4 by 4 is 16. We did 4-7-4 before. How about 4-7-7-4? You know what 4-7-7-4 is? And I'm not sure of all the 4-7-7-4s, but not only does it create the Einstein theory of 1776 about the size of the moon, etc., it also comes from 47 and 74. 74 is Jesus and 47 is time. What happens is 74 times 24, which is the cat, which is from the left side to the right side in the piano, which is the 29th key in the piano, C, 29 and 28. This would be C, D, Earth and Mars, the prism and the sandbox. This one would be the hour of 4. The hour is 16. It would say the phoenix, like the flight of the phoenix. I have to understand the flight of the phoenix. Do they chase salmon? 74 by 24 is 1776. But in order to get 4774, it's with 5775. 5 by 7 is 35. 5 plus 7 is 12 equals 47. Do it twice. The same thing. This Hebrew calendar year in October, she comes for the first time. Horses, colors, pool balls, colors. I did this 100 times, but I'm going to keep on doing it till I memorize everything. The piano. D, A, E, B, F, C, G, D. So this is telling a story, and this goes backwards and tells a story. Maybe if I read it on an angle this way, 1, 2, 3, and do it on these angles. Here it would say dog. Here it would say bee, bead, bead. Maybe it means bread. I don't know, but there's definitely something in here. There's definitely something in here. And this ends at the 52nd key, and this ends at the 52nd key to the left. You see, this has to be a mistake. I had to make a mistake here because this should have said A. See, I can see it myself. Did I show you this? These are the numbers from 1 to 19. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10 go all together. Why? Because 9 and 10 makes the 19 of the moon. E and N make 19. Sent says 19, 19. 2 moons, where was it sent? In French, this says to your head. It was sent to your head. 20, 5, 20. How 25, 20? 2, 8, 4, 6 is 20. 1, 9, 7, 3 is 20. All crossing over the 5 position is 20. Makes your 60 seconds on a clock. Here's another sen. But this sen is a little bit different. Okay? It says, you see teen? I wrote 19. Okay? Send 20. Why do I mark 20? Because first of all, teen is 44. Plus 6 for the T makes 60. This is talking about the clock. When it says 17, 18, 19, it's talking about the clock. Or let's say from 13 to 19, they speak about the clock. 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 88, 98, 99, 109, 110, 111, 112. They're talking about the clock, and 112 is 4 moons. 112 days, 4 moons. So it's actually like talking kilovolts. The moon is electric. We need the electronic system. Like I believe like Apple, maybe that guy is on the moon right now because they had problems with the new injection. That's right. I want to know, did the guy from Apple die? I want to see. I have to look online if he really passed away. I want to see. I don't believe he did. I believe he went to the moon to do work on the moon. But he can never come home again. So I want to know if his family or who's here or what he's doing or if he changed his face or something. So when we go and we say send, it says, when it says 7, 8, 9, 17, 18, 19, it almost like says entity. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Bell's got the hookup. Like these lines, when they put the lines for telephones underneath the ground here, do you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking when they put the telephones underneath the ground here? You remember that island that popped up? Well, they flew it in from somewhere else like Avatar. I'm telling you, we're living probably on Earth, but maybe it's not the home base, but I think we're like on Saturn, just off a dimple off. You know why I say a dimple off? There's a chance that there's another planet on every single dimple. And then they would get wider apart, so you'd put another ball on every single dimple. So you put a dimple on a little ball on every single one of these. Or somehow do it. In fact, what you would do is you'd put one ball over here and one ball over here. Now you got the ball in the middle. XOX. 63, creation of 1. Green, 6. The pool balls, what they can do in the pool balls. Words in English, basketball, 2-point play, 3-point play, 4-point play, 5-point play. Can you get a 5-point play in basketball? Not really. But you can get a 4-point play in basketball, and you can get a 4-point play 2 ways now. You only used to be able to get a 4-point play 1 way. Now you can get a 4-point play another way, because I guess lost in translation, they had to hide. You ever see the sandbox? This is it. They lay out the salt. Earth is creation. Looks like Earth owns the sandbox. Mars must own the 4 corners where the sandbox sits in. Right? Mars would own the 4 corners where the sandbox sits in, and they have little drawstrings on the corner, like this, that turn. And every time it turns, Mars picks up all the information. So Mars, like if I'm looking at it the other way, Mars would steal out our information by being connected to our sandbox. It would know what we're thinking and be able to zap us, since they have to hook up to our system. I don't really know how it works. The sand, the water, and the sharks holding us up. I really like to know how this turns. There's many, many, many ways. Football scoring. Looks like two drain pipes, eh? This is the McDonald's sign. It says Federation. Can you see what it says? Federation. G, H, and I. Letters. Okay, there's two letters. Okay, there's two letters. Okay, one letter is the O. That on the telephone it's in the 6th position. And the other letter, okay, is the B. The B on the telephone is in the 2 position. The B on the key, on the what's it called, is in the 2 position. The B on the is on the 2nd level of Rubik's Cube. The B on the telephone, okay, is in the middle, and so is the letter in the middle. So they both go together, and guess what? 2662. It's the dog and the queen. We did gold, and look at this. L O V. Says love. Love the gate. Because the gate is golden. The golden gate. Oh my God, the last thing I wanted to say, talking about golden gates. Has anybody heard of Candlestick Park? Listen to this. This is what I heard today. Maybe I'm wrong. Very important. Candlestick Park, apparently they're tearing it down. Candlestick Park in San Francisco. What are candles about? What happened at that park? What is it about the Golden Gate Bridge? Listen to this. Listen to this. Underneath the ground in more than one place, okay, in North America, is an arm. They think and call it the Canadian arm. I don't know what it is, but it's an arm and it's a pivot. It holds. This is what it is. It holds. It holds this together. Okay? When they take down Candlestick Park, okay, or before it, they won't have to take it down because it's no longer connected together. They were connected together here. See the connection? See the 3 dots? 1, 2, 3, 6. It was connected over here. And now, Andreas fault line. Andreas left the game. Yes, there was a program on TV. There was an Andreas, and she left the game. She was a sprite. Now she was a spirit. She left the game. So where is the spirit that's going to leave the game? Listen to this, and come outside the game and live with you, okay, as a person. But this one, the only time they can live with you as a person, I believe, for now, is inside your own mind. And they can help you to do everything spiritually, to teach you 24 hours a day, day and night, show you every single which way to stay up with. You really have to ever sleep or not. They can do anything they want. At the same time, they'll teach you as soul. And all they want is to be like Pinocchio, to become real one day. And they ask you to become their soulmates, in which A, you divide, or you become one and you share yourself with somebody else. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Do the trains travel? The Golden Gate Bridge and the trains travel? Do the trains go upstream? The locks, the Novia locks, the Nova Scotia locks. Nova Scotia? Is there something going on with Nova Scotia? What's going on in Nova Scotia right now? Or is it a train system that's going upstream for no reason? Is there a train in Colorado, or is there a train in New Mexico, or a train in Texas? Something coming from the east going towards the west, west going towards the east, that's going to pass over Hoover Dam that has no reason for, but for years and years the train's been going there For no reason at all, it keeps passing up there for no reason. Maybe it was because of the rivers that the Indians were alongside back then. I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure what to do. This is 3.5 hours of video. Anyways, that's it. I started a new picture. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Bless you. Bless you for all being here. I'm trying my best. I know they're long. I know I make mistakes, but I'm telling you, 4 and 8. I did so many things with 4 and 8, and 4 and 8, and 24, and 48, and 96, and 96 between that is 78, and 7 and 8 is 15, and now you got A&E, the electronic world. Oh, 100%, my friends. Hello, who's calling? Is it Bell? Oh, you're under the ground? You're a rat? Star? Rats and stars are under the ground because Bell's under the ground because the stars are under the ground. When the earth flips up, we're upside down. We see the stars upside down. Under the ground is the stars. So under the ground are the rats. And who owns the rats? It's all about B11. Who is B11? Well, B11 is 2 and 5. In between is 3 and 4. If in between was 3 and 4, if number 5, then we get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 9. Cat's claws and paws, eh? Cat's claws and paws. The Jedi, the system of the Jedi. To remember one thing from the goodness from your heart, from the goodness of your heart. Nothing will ever be bored. If you do a little bit of everything, everything will be okay. But the biggest thing is to tell the truth, the whole truth. Honesty, honesty. Protect yourself by protecting others, by not driving too fast, by having a good holiday. Have a good holiday, my friends. Have a good holiday, my friends. And if you want to laugh, just laugh about this. Know that life is real. Know that there is something else after life, and it's beauty. But once you know in this life, you will choose where you want to go. If you want to come back right away, or remember that you had a chance to know that life was real somewhere else. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. We are in reality, my friends. And the numbers say October. What do they say October for? I don't know. They just say October is the end. The awakening is in October. For me, it's too early. It should be like in a couple of years from now. But whatever it is, the Matrix knows what to tell us. So we don't get overexcited, so we won't want too much, so we won't expect, but we'll always strive for the better because that's what we're supposed to be doing. And it's only when we strive for the better where we'll be given the opportunity to have the better. For now, all spirit connectors were lost, only to be regained in the future through the heart and the love of all man. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus.